Hey guys, what's up? It's Tark with Max Wax Packs, and I've finally found the time, and you can tell if you look at my stuff here, it's a little mayhem. I've scanned about 30,000, 40,000 cards in the last week and a half or so, opening, doing live breaks, and it seemed like a great time to go ahead and start following up with the video comparison that I made between Card Dealer Pro and Kronozio or Kronocard. Okay, so the Kronocard app. They just came out with a new release, and what was cool about it is when I put the first video out, I had a really hard time getting my updates, and that was probably the biggest factor as to why I stayed with Card Dealer Pro. Is I did Card Dealer Pro and it was instant, and I did Kronozio and it was like it never came, right? So we waited 10 minutes, an hour, a day. I never saw my AI file recognitions updated, right? And what was cool about it is a gentleman, I guess a co-founder of Kronozio, Jonathan Bernier out of Canada, reached out to me and said, hey, I saw your video and I'd like to help you out. Okay, so if you could give me some time, which I thought was super cool. I love the fact that he reached out to me. He's like, look, I'd like to go through a video setup with you and go through step by step. I said, great. So we did. We spent about an hour on the phone, about 45 minutes to an hour in a video chat, maybe a little less than that. But we went through everything. And probably one of the most important things we went through was that they had just come out with a new release. And so the new release is fantastic. I mean, it was supposed to address a lot of the issues. And I will say that as of right now, I pretty much think it's on point. But we're going to test it, okay? So I just loaded it on here. And so you can see it on my screen here. Let me go ahead and just, you know what, let me do something here real quick because I'm trying to figure out why my camera is so wacky. So bear with me a second. This is so messed up. First of all, let's not have to show everything in the room. I don't think it's necessary. Oh, you can see my big ugly face there. Perfect. Now you can see me. I'm real ugly. And then perhaps we could adjust the exposure. Whoa. Actually, I'm a little shiny now. Like I have a halo. So I'm going to click apply to that. Okay, because it's too dark. Okay, now. Got to make sure that, you know, I look the part, right? At center. Okay. So, anyways, so getting back to this now. So here's Kronocard right here. This is the new version. Now, I am going to do a side-by-side with Card Dealer Pro today, okay? And I will tell you that this is the second make of this video because I did everything I'm about to do, and I wasn't really happy with, there were some things that I needed answers to first. And so I reached out to Jonathan, he answered them. So at least now I can answer them without putting the video out with, I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so here is the 2.6.8.1. Before this one, I was running 2.6.8.0. So this is the new release. Make sure you have it, all right? Now, let me open it here. Sorry, it was on the wrong screen. So there it is right there. And you can see up here the version 2.6.8.1. Okay. So one thing I do want to do is when I click the messages here, these are all the updates I've received. And what you're going to look at is, this is where I had my problem. I uploaded to them, this is the previous time, I uploaded to them and I didn't get my response back. I did this on February 7th and I did not get my documents back until February 14th. So it took a week, which is what the big problem was, right? Now, I have now since used 2.6.8.1. So we're going to compare it and we're going to use cards that I scanned today. All right, so let me show you the cards that I scanned today. It's these right here. Let me bring the file over. Okay, so you're going to see this right here. I scanned the, you can see I scanned them today at about 8:51 in the morning. I did the 2022 Topps Chrome F1. Okay, and so we're going to do a side-by-side comparison, but the first thing I'm going to do is focus on Kronocard, okay? Because that's what that was the big thing about this video, was testing to see if it's finally working. So we're going to click right here where you can see scans. I'm going to click that camera button. Now, you see this thing blinking at the top here, right? So this is telling you, click me, because that's what you have to click to scan. Now, I am not going to scan. I've already scanned, so I'm just going to import, okay? But I'm still going to click this file right here. And it's going to bring up another screen. And you're going to see here, you've got two options. You can see my 8170 scanner, and you can see where it says import photos. Now, I was waiting for an email from Jonathan. I kind of hit him right before I sent this, and he said, not yet. Okay, so one of the questions he just answered, which was really important for me, was, could we bulk upload? And he said, not yet. He just responded, but he said very soon, which is perfect. All right, so I'm going to show you how this works. So we're using individual cards. We're going to use the import. We're using the categories racing. I already changed this. Make sure you change this, okay, if that's what you're doing. Quality is A. I could go to more details. I'm just going to put the year is 2022. I'm not going to put anything else, okay? And I'm going to leave it just like that. Now, the next thing I want to do is, this is a really cool thing about the software that Jonathan really went into detail about. Now, I'm going to do a whole video on Kronozio and the features, because to be honest with you, I've got 4 pages of notes of features that are just mind-blowing in my opinion. Some of them are very simple. You're like, oh, that's cool. I would have never thought of that. How helpful. This is one of those. This is where you put, they categorize it for you. Racing is RA, okay? The type is B for box. The number of the box, because I don't have a racing box that Kronozio has put in file yet, the number is going to be 1, so it's box 1, RAB1, so racing, box 1, and then we're starting with row 1, okay? And we're going to start, it says section B because I ran a scan. I'm going to put section A, and I'm still going to say that the maximum amount of cards that it'll hold. Now, I was using this box over here as a reference, okay? Right here, okay? So this box will hold about 800 cards in each row, all right? So I'm going to say that we're going to hold about 800 cards in a row, which I believe this is exactly how this works, and that's if you want to use their file system. When you get to the features and why this is important, man, it's mind-blowing. But for now, I'm just going to put this. You don't even have to mess with it. If you're not going to use it for the purpose of finding a card, if you're selling on eBay and you're listing tons of cards, it may not be important to you. It was not important to me until I was like, well, maybe I will sell on eBay. And if somebody does buy them, I already categorize or catalog them in an Excel spreadsheet, but this does it for me. So I'm like, okay, it's a no-brainer. Anyways, all right, so here we go. So we're going to now go to the import photos, okay? And this is the screen that's going to come up. My God, I hate that thing from Windows, but we're going to actually use it in just a little bit. Okay, now what I asked him about and what they, let me see what they offer here. Yeah, so I usually do things by millimeters, but so we're going to use 3.5 by 2.5. I like to go 3 by 4 for the purpose, like when I scan, because I have a background that adds that. So I'm actually going to change this to be 3 by 4 because when I scan with the 8170, I tell it it's a 3 by 4 card, so it leaves me a black, I have a black 2mm border around it. So let's just do that, okay? Just because I know what my scan images look like. Now, what I asked him was, could we bulk import all of these, okay? Like drag and drop. Card Dealer Pro allows you to do that. He says it's a feature that's coming, but not yet. So what you have to do, I'm in my Topps Chrome F1 2022. So you have to click the first file, which you see it's Verstappen right there. And then it wants you to click this camera every time to load the file. Or you can just tap on your space bar. So let me close this down. So I'm just going to tap on the space bar. It's like a gajillion taps, but why not? So here we go. Okay, now this is probably I don't know. I would like to see this feature fixed eventually because it does drive me nuts. But for now, this was the least of my concerns, the biggest problem I had. Let me drag this over, see how much I have left. We're almost done. There we go. Okay, so we have 70 cards in the set. We have we have 100. It's 140 because it's front and back. Okay, and I had counted before I did this. There's 140 here, and you could see where it says 70A and 70B on my file. So 70A is 70 of the front and then 70 of the back. So it's 140 individual cards. Okay, and there it goes. And so once we've got all that done, here's the box where it's going. We're going to click this check mark. Ready? Here it goes. Okay, cards are now saved. Okay. Now, when that's done, we're going to go ahead and click the X. Brings us back here. And we don't need to do this, so we're just going to click the X again. All right. Now, see where it says scans, and here's February. Here's Monday. And look at that. There's my cards. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to double-click them, and I can see everything that's here. All right. And I'm not going to fill anything else out now. This is just what I want to see. There's my cards. All I'm going to do is I'm going to click this AI button right here. Now watch this, okay? I'm going to click AI, and you see how the status, everything just turned blue, and it says ask, right? All the cards say ask, okay? So now what I'm going to do is click save and then close, and it's going to give me a dialog box, and it's going to say, okay, you're a proscribed, you have that feature, great. Yep. It could take 2 minutes to 2 hours. Integrated, yeah, okay, please request, add them, okay, that's fine. So this part's really cool. if many cards have from the same year and the same set have errors, they may not be integrated yet. So, and what Jonathan Bernier told me was, just tell them. Okay, now look what I did here. You see how it was a 3x4 instead of 2.5 by 3.5? See that little extra there allowed me to get in the full card with the black background that I had. Okay, so I like that. You guys figure out what you like. But in either case, he did say, just write us. Our guys were 24/7. Just let us know and we'll get the cards added. Okay, or updated. All right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and click try to document my card using the AI. So I'm going to click that. And it says the cards will be transferred to Kronozio Documentation Services. You will receive a message when they are ready. Just click OK. Now, the message you're talking about is this over here. If you click that envelope, okay, you're going to see, we're going to wait for this to update here. This has old messages as well. Let me see if I can get some of these messages out of here because I don't need them. So let me get this one that I ran earlier. Let me hit Shift, there, and there. And we will get rid of these. Yes, we can delete. Okay. Now, we are going to get a message here, and I'll just leave it on the screen for a second. I'm going to try not to have to fast forward or edit this video that much, except for the fact that my brightness behind me, I got this awesome halo. So we're going to wait just a minute. Now, at the same time, we have, I'm going to do the split screen now, okay? Kronozio on this side and Car Dealer Pro on this side. Let's compete, okay? So we're still waiting. There's our confirmation, okay? There it is right there, and it's saying 44 of the cards of the 70, 44 have already been sent, okay? So there's probably going to be another one here that's going to say the remaining are going to happen, okay? I'm going to go now to Car Dealer Pro, and I'm going to go to my batches. Here's the other one. See? Documentation Services. There it is right there. Group of 70 cards. Okay, and then here's the next one. So the remaining 26 just got sent. You'll probably get another doc file up here that's going to follow. Okay, so we'll watch that. All right, so I'm going to create a new batch. I'm not really sure how to, I don't know how to delete my old batch. Oh, never mind. There, I guess that's it. All right, so I'm going to create a new batch, and I'm going to call this batch. I always start on here for testing. I use the dates 022624 2022 tops Chrome F1. Okay. Now under batch type, we're going to do sports, and then here we're going to select racing, and I'm not going to mess with anything else. I care not to put any of this other information. I'm going to click create batch. I'm going to use Magic Scan. Now here is where I do love this feature. I'm using front and back, and I can just open my folder, which is over here. Okay, now while I'm doing that, you can see now on this side where the document just updated. Okay, it's working on our documentation request. So what we can do is we can see that this came in at 4:18 and 40 seconds. Now we can see how long this takes. Okay, so while that's happening, here is my folder. I'm not going to have it on the screen because I want to keep the focus on these two things only. So I'm just going to go to my Epson scans, and I'm going to go to my my 2022 tops here, Chrome, and I'm going to highlight that. You're going to see me drag them over. So here they are, right? And I'm just going to drop them. There's 140, and I'm going to drop them right here. Now watch. First, you can watch the upload speed. Okay, so already this is our speed. And so it's good to have a side-by-side comparison between the two. It would be fair to say that Car Dealer Pro is most likely going to run faster. Here goes. I'm going to click continue. I still have about 1,000 or 1,500. Okay, continue. All right. Now you're going to see here what's happening, right? It's processing. Look how quickly it's going. Okay. So what we're waiting for here is for Kronozio to give me my cards back with the AI done. We're getting it in real time from Car Dealer Pro. Okay. This was my big issue before. Now, I picked 2022 Chrome Racing because they just announced that they added racing. Car Dealer Pro did, which made me think, well, maybe they don't have everything done yet. Kronozio, I think also, they announced that they added some stuff too, but Jonathan explained to me that the way they do the cards is a little bit different, and that they do not have to have the cards, like the physical images of the cards in their system yet for it to begin working. I think I understood that correctly from him, which was pretty cool. So look, if you watch we're still waiting for Kronozio to update us. So it is now 2 minutes that has passed, and Card Dealer Pro on the left side says it's got 6 cards left. Okay, so it's already processed 64 cards using AI. All right, to put names, and you can see where they've populated 2023 tops, 2022, 2023. Okay. Okay, so we're going to see what happens. 2 cards left. And at the meantime, we're going to keep an eye on the right side of the screen there because that's Kronozio. And as soon as they're done, we're going to have an update here as well. Okay, we're processing 2 more. And we're waiting. Okay, done. All right. So here's what we've got. And I think I don't want to make this bigger. So I'll just have to scroll and you'll have to trust me. Oh, wait, what is this? Documentation is done. Updating document. Group of 70 cards on February 26th. Okay, so I don't know if that's all of them. Let's go check. Let's just go check. Okay, let's go here. Racing. Oh, we got another message. Okay. Created, received, document services, all AI documentation done. AI documentation done. So this was going to be for, I guess, both groups. So let's go and see what it looks like now, okay? So we have racing here, and there it is right there. And, well, there are our cards, and they are populated. So now I will say that I know that Card Dealer Pro did it faster, but this was really done super speed here. So let's look at this. We uploaded the final document at 4:17, and at 4:21, so 4 minutes, we got it. I will say that here is maybe a few minutes, 2 minutes or so, whatever, because the last couple took a while. So the gap between the two has really shifted a lot. It's really condensed now to where now the timing seems very insignificant. But we need to compare what we've got. All right, so let's go and let me see how I want to do this. I want to go here, okay? I'm just going to open it as this is what we scan. And as you can see where it says the status on Kronozio's side, it's ready. We did have a couple that were missed, it looks like. So where it says doc, it did not find this one. And who is that? That is Max Verstappen. And then, was there another one? No, it seemed to have found the rest of them. Okay. All right. So I had told, the only thing I had given it was that it was racing and the year was 2022. The same criteria I gave Card Dealer Pro. So let's start with the first card. Okay. Both of them, the first card is the same one. That's a Max Verstappen. Okay. So let's see. This one, Card Dealer Pro, did not recognize the card. In fact, I know there's another way to do this quickly, but I'm just going to look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay, so 35, where's my phone? 35 would have been 50%, right? So let's just say 33 divided by 70, 47%, I want to put that down, 47% of the cards were not identified. Now, we haven't looked at errors yet, though. So let's go here and let's see. Assuming, again, we're not looking at errors right now, we're just looking at being identified. 1 divided by 77. So 1.3% on Kronocard, sorry, I pronounced that wrong, was not identified. Okay, so we have about a 46% difference here, all right? Or basically, I'm going to round it down. 99% of the cards that I scanned were identified by Kronocard, and only 53% of the cards that I scanned were identified by Card Dealer Pro. All right, that in itself is a big problem, but I don't know the reason for that. I don't know if Card Dealer Pro just doesn't have an updated database. This could be one of the big reasons why Kronocard says, look, we're ready. If you got it, upload it. We'll have it. And they're right. So far, it seems to be spot on. Okay, now let's look at the card. Let's compare. So looking at this card right here, one of the things that I'm noticing right off the bat is that it does not have the variation that says checkered flag. Okay, it does say Topps Chrome Formula One. The year I already put in here. It does have the name Max Verstappen, but that's it, right? So would I like to see more eventually? Yes, but for now, this is what we're dealing with, right? On this side, we have nothing. So I mean, whoops, that's not card one. On this side, we have nothing. Okay, now I need to find another comparison. Something that's mind-blowing here is that this, I noticed, says 2023. I'm going to try to find this card. This is card number 5. So let me close that real quickly. Let me scroll over here. Okay, it says card number F1-2. I'm not sure where it's getting that information from, but it should just say 5. I'm going to go down here and try to find card number 5, which is right here. Okay. Oh, well, that's the card exactly. So there it is. So we're going to compare. This has it as a 2023 Formula One Industry Conference. And I have to see here why I can't read it. Oh, there I can. Hold on. Let me, sorry. Let me see if I can move it. Yeah, I mean, it's a 2022 card. I don't even know why it came up with 2023, considering I gave it that. And I don't know what this comparison is, but it does say, let's look at 2 other matches. So we have a 2023 and a 2022. Neither one of these are the card, okay? So I really can't select a match there. On this side, there's no variation of this card listed, which is a little problematic for me, but it is what it is. So far, it's looking very good, and I'm a little concerned about this one. And it seems to have done it with all of them. So do I have multiples of the same card, I guess? I guess so, yeah. Let's look at this. Okay, so here, it does have 2022 Topps Formula One, Lewis Hamilton. And this is card number, this may be 5 on here. I need to change, whoops, sorry. Need to go over, let me close this. This is not it. It's because there's no match again. Okay, so this is going to be pointless here. Let me try to find something where there is a match. Okay, so now this is interesting because I want to see what it has here. This is not the same card. This card is actually listed as a refractor. This is not a refractor. It is serial though, and I'm curious if it's going to put the serial number. It did get the card number. It does not seem to have the serial number, but now I need to scroll here. Let me find 51. Oh God, I don't know where. Let me go down this way, I guess. 51, right here. There's the card right there. 16 out of 99. They did catch it. So look, in Kronocard, it does have the serial number inputted. Okay, now we'll go and check and see if it got it all, but it does have Formula One green. Okay, so that's kind of cool actually. This one has it listed as a refractor, and that's not right. Let me see if I can find a better match. None of these. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Man, let's try something else. What is this? 54. Here's 54. Here's 54 as well. Okay, so I think these two are identical. Yes, they're both refractors. Okay, so here's something, for example. Again, this is a refractor, and it does not say refractor here. Okay, and I think what they were saying was that it will not do that. Maybe eventually, I hope, but right now it's not doing that. Here it doesn't mention refractor at all, and it is a refractor, whereas on the last card, now it has a possibility of it being something else. I'm trying to see if they're using a database to compare it to, and if somebody enters the data wrong, I guess somebody's checking it. I don't know. So far, this is spot on, except for not saying refractor. Now, just to test this, I want to start back on Krono, and I want to scroll down and see. This one doesn't say refractor. Okay. I want to see if we have a serial number. Okay, like here. See, this should be checkered flag, but it doesn't have that on the name and description, right? And that's going to take a little. That's going to take a little bit. This has something, but let's look for a serial number. Okay, this does have 98 and 99. Okay, here's an example of not. First, this does not have purple or whatever on it, And number 2, it does not have 40 of 75. So this is not perfect yet, but it is, I mean, for all purposes, it is pretty spot on. Did it catch this one too? It did catch this one, 1 of 50. Let me see. I'm going to just go through 227 of 399. And you can see when you make an update, you see how it turns blue? So it's telling you did something. So let me keep going. Okay. 74, 75. This one did not post it either. Okay, 74 of 75. Whoops. 75. Okay. I clicked here by accident. Okay, let me keep going. Okay, again, 19 of 50. So it is missing some. Okay. It is not without error. But one thing that I will tell you is, Mr. Bernier, Jonathan Bernier said was, let me know. So we do want to tell him things like, hey, look, this is not coming out here. Like, we're not seeing any description of the variation of this one. And we're also missing some of the serial number here. So 20 of 75. But as far as picking the right people and so forth, we have the right card number. We definitely have the right people on here. And look, there's an example of it reading correctly. And 75, here's another one that didn't catch it. So there are some, and I think for the purposes of this, whoops, no. What am I doing? My God. I hope I didn't do that on the other ones. Let me make sure I didn't do that on the other ones. I hope I put everything under grade and not, under serial, not grade. Yeah, I did. Okay. Ooh, don't make that mistake. Okay. 75 of 75. And I can keep going down here. See, this should say checkered flag. This one did have the serial. This one has the serial. This one has the serial. This one does not. Okay, I'm not going to keep going through all these. I've got to go through them anyway later. But what I can tell you is this is definitely by far superior. This update, the version that they've done, is spectacular. I'm extremely happy with it. Time-wise, it's just night and day difference. So that is, so look, if I don't stop doing this, when I'm in grade 2, if I don't stop doing this, I'm never going to finish. Okay, so let's just look. So what we have here, though, we do see where Car Dealer Pro has fallen off a little bit, especially in the racing category. And to be honest with you, I don't feel like, and this is just me, I just don't want to have to upload and enter the information myself to build their database up and then pay for it. So, you know, I would love there to be a group where we all scan and everybody adds their information, then we all can feed off that. But when it's a paid service, and I paid $50 to be able to scan 5,000 cards, I have quite a few tops. I can't afford for them to not be done right. I can at least edit and handle that. This I can't. Now, whether it's, is it fair that I compared Topps F1 Chrome 2022? I think so, because both companies claim to have been able to support racing, so we put them to the test with something that, you know, is kind of new. All right. So I will leave this here for now. Right now, I will do another comparison here later on today or tomorrow, and in that comparison, I will do something a little more common, like a 2020 Topps MLB or 2019. As a matter of fact, I just opened a full case of 2019 or 2018 or 19 Topps MLB Sapphire. I pulled some amazing cards. But I have now thousands of cards here, and I'm waiting for the rest of my sleeves to come in. I'm going to scan those, and then I'll do those. All right, and we'll put this thing to the test. All right, we'll see what happens. But for right now, I will say that I want to thank Jonathan for reaching out to me and telling me to get this new version, 2.6.8.1, and give it a shot. It is faster. It is pretty much keeping up with Car Dealer Pro at this point. And it is far more accurate right now. And once we get into the features part of this, it's even better. Integration to eBay versus uploading a Excel spreadsheet, comma delimited, that's night and day difference. Processing orders, telling you where the cards are and putting it in order so you can pull the cards without having to go back and forth multiple times. The features are huge. And so we'll see what happens. But you know, they reached out to me and I wanted to put this video together. Guys, I got to tell you, I think that they have a 250,000 card membership for $4.99 or something like that. When you start breaking it down, if it can do this, it's night and day. There's no reason why I wouldn't pick Kronocard. But we're going to dive into it a little bit more. So watch for the next video. I hope this helped, guys. And Jonathan, again, thanks to you. And we'll see what happens. All right, until next time, guys, take care. Peace.